In this video, I'm going to go over exactly how I run my $300,000 a month OFM agency in 15 hours a week or less. Now, it's taken me a long time to get to this point. I've made so many mistakes along the way, it's sure to say. But I'm going to show you exactly how in this training I went from spending all my time in the back end of my agency, fulfilling orders for clients or fulfilling the service for clients, doing random marketing shit, and just spending too much time in the back end of the business to being able to have the back end run by itself so I can travel the world, do what the fuck I want to do, and scale a business in a more efficient way, which is focusing on the front end. And that's what you should want for your agency too. You should want to systemize, automate the back end, and hire people so that it scales by itself and you can deliver the best service possible for clients while you focus on the front end and focus on bringing more clients in and then just put them into the back end system that runs itself. So let's go over exactly how I've done this and exactly how you can do the same as well. So let's get into it. So what's this here? This is most agencies are stuck at a maximum of $50,000 a month. This might be 30K, this might be 50K, this might be 20K per month within their OFM agency. I'm not sure, but it's a maximum of 50K per month. And they've got the ceiling, and that ceiling is because it's not scalable. They haven't got a leverageable back-end operation so that they can focus on what really matters, which is lead flow, sales, and traffic. And by traffic, I mean traffic for your agency, traffic of new models coming in wanting to sign with you. I don't mean traffic for the models, that's fulfillment, and that's on the back-end side here. And again, it's not scalable. You hit the ceiling because you can't fulfill enough for more clients. You're fulfilling for all your clients at the moment. You're putting all your time into fulfilling that service for the clients rather than having a back-end operation that does it for you, which removes you out of the back end so that you can focus on lead flow, sales, and traffic. And what happens when you scale past this point? What happens when you go over this ceiling and go through it, go to here as an agency which doesn't have scalable systems and has no leverage? So you get to 100K per month, which is amazing. That's perfect. You've collected 100K per month. You're getting a lot of fucking money into your agency, but you can't fulfill for all the clients because you don't have the back-end operations in place. You can't deliver, you don't get client results, you don't get referrals, models are leaving, models are trying to negotiate a better percentage split. It's not a position that you want to be in. So what do we do about this? Well, first we need to go over the 3 fundamental laws of scaling. So the first law, the law of operational leverage. Most agency owners think that more work equals more revenue, when the reality is that automations, systems, and delegations, that's how you can truly scale your agency and break through the ceiling here, because here we can't deliver the service for all the clients because you're doing it yourself. And by doing that, you can't focus at all on lead flow, sales, and traffic. So what happens is all your models leave, which is shit because you can't fulfill a good enough service for them. And you've got no more models coming in because you can't focus on that because you're focusing on the fulfillment side of the business. So the second law, the law of resource allocation. If you're stuck doing low value fulfillment work, you can't grow. You need to be doing the highest value actions and delegate other people to do the back end, the little small low value tasks. Not small because they can be quite big tasks, but you need to automate and systemize it and have other people doing that for you so you can focus on what really matters. And what really matters? Marketing, sales, and strategic hiring. That's what you need to be focused on to really scale your agency. We've got law 3, the law of compounding infrastructure. So if your backend isn't compounding, then you hit ceiling at every single level you get to within your agency. Smart agencies build systems once and use them forever. So that's what you need to do. So here I've made an illustration of where most agencies bottleneck. So here we've got fulfillment, here we've got models that come into your agency, but there's a bottleneck here. You can't get them through into this past this maximum impact delivered, which is what your models are looking for. Your models are looking to break through this fulfillment part of the illustration and go into this happy clients and good results box here. And what happens when they go there? They bring in more referrals and they bring results and case studies, which allows you to sign more models. It allows you to put more models into your agency. But again, there's a bottleneck. So even if you do deliver one client good results, if they bring a referral in or they bring a good case study to your agency that you can use to sign more models, you'll sign more models and you can't fulfill the service for them. And what happens here? There's a leak. Because of this bottleneck, the models are unhappy that they're not getting the results they're looking for. They're unhappy that you're not delivering the impact to their account, to their marketing channels that they want. There's not enough time, there's not enough effort being put into their marketing, being put into their chatting, so they're unhappy. They leave and then they're gone. This isn't what we want for your agency. This is shit. It's shit because here, models leave. It's not what we want for the agency. It's shit. So here's what we do want. We want Gravity to just take care of all the back-end operations. We want Gravity to take care of the service delivery element of the business so that your models, without you doing anything, because you've got the right back-end infrastructure in place, they automatically fall through here and they're happy and they get good results. They automatically get the maximum impact delivered because you've got the back-end infrastructure, you've made the right hires, and you've got the people there to do it for you without you spending time on it. You can focus on the front end, and no matter how much pressure you put on your agency by bringing new models in, you've got all the systems in place so that models effortlessly fall through and they're happy and they get good results and they have their maximum impact delivered. They bring more referrals in, and they bring results and case studies for your agency that you can use to sign more models. And when you do sign more models, they do the same. And it's just a wheel sort of that rolls, and you go from giving a client good results, referrals and signing more models, giving a client good results, and it just goes round and round and round, and your agency grows consistently over time, because this is what we want. We want your agency to be sustainable and grow over time like this. We don't want your agency, it grows and you've got a model leave, then you sign another model, you can't deliver the best service for them, then you're getting desperate, so you sign another model, can't deliver the best service, and you sign a really good model, and then she brings her friends in and you're really good, but then you can't deliver the service in time. This isn't what you want for your agency. You want sustainable, consistent, long-term growth. So here's what most agencies do wrong. They think that they just need more models. They think that that is their downfall. They just need more models to come into their agency and they'll make more money. But when they get them, they can't handle the workload. It puts too much strain on their back end because they're the ones that are in the back end. They're the ones doing everything. And because of that, they can't handle the workload and they end up delivering low quality results. These models leave or they demand lower rev shares, and it's just constant churn, models leaving, and you can't get into momentum with your agency because when you get momentum, the model leaves. Another model leaves. She talks about your agency to another model. You want to be able to deliver a great service without you spending any time on it so that your agency can grow over time. That's what you need. So here's the reality. The true bottleneck for most agencies is not models coming in, it's back-end inefficiency, not being able to deliver the maximum impact to the models they do have. So they bring in referrals, and then those models have good results, you make more money, then those models bring in referrals, etc., etc. Back-end structure dictates front-end scaling. You need to get your head around this. Back-end infrastructure dictates front-end scale. If you don't have back-end infrastructure, then you can't scale on the front end, because whenever you sign new models, again, the back-end breaks and the whole business explodes. This isn't what you want. And fixing the back-end lets you sign unlimited models without stress. And that's the key word here, without stress. You don't want to sign a load of models because you're getting referrals or because you're focused on the front end, and then you can't deliver the service that they want because they'll leave and there's no point. You're just running around in circles. And most people are in this situation here, the flywheel of failure. This is what agencies that are having this bottleneck, this is where they usually end up. They sign models, which means more chaos within their agency. They're trying to post on Instagrams for all these models. They're trying to make accounts. They're trying to post across all platforms. They're communicating with the models. They're sorting the chats out, making sure that their feedbacks, they're doing the right things. They're writing scripts for the models. They're doing too much. It's chaos. They sign models. It's total chaos within their agency, mainly for them. They're working too hard, not working too hard, but they're working so hard that they can't put maximum effort and they can't put enough effort into their tasks, so things are done at a lower standard and models are unhappy because the maximum impact they could have isn't being delivered by their agency, who probably sold them the dream. So sign more models, it's more chaos. More workload, it's more stress. And then they lose models and they get into desperation mode, and then what do they think is the solution to this? They think it's signing more models, which again, more workload, they lose the models, they get desperate, they sign on models, and it's just going round and round. And that's why it's called the flywheel of failure. But like I said here, back-end structure dictates front-end scale, and fixing the back-end lets you sign unlimited models without stress so that you don't get into this cycle here, which is what the worst case scenario, and so many agencies I see are in this flywheel of failure where they sign models, it's too much chaos, they can't deliver a good enough service, the models leave, they think the solution to make the money that model was making, that they've lost now, is signing more models, but really they're not focusing on the problem, which is that their back end is inefficient, it's unstructured, it's no systems, they don't have the right staff in place, they're doing everything, and they're spread too thin. So what does this look like in practice? Let's get practical now on how we can fix this. So this is you within your agency. Now, you've got lines of communication to each of your departments. So you've got marketing, you've got admin and other tasks, you've got chat management, and you've got recruitment management. Now, it doesn't matter. These don't all have to be individual people. They don't have to be big teams. You could have one person doing this, and this, and then you've got another person that manages the chatting. It doesn't matter. But the point is that you can't do all of these things. You can do maybe one of them. You can do maybe chat management or marketing management or recruitment management, but you can't do all of them. You need to hire people and you need to systemize all these areas of the business so that you can focus on what really matters, which, like I said before, is usually marketing and sales. So let's go through everything that you need to systemize and you need to hire out for. And you need SOPs in place so that your agency can scale, because your back end's efficient, your back end structured, and like I said, going back to it again, back end structure dictates front end scale, and fixing the back end lets you sign unlimited models without stress. So for marketing, and this is what you need in place as well, you can't skip out on any of these, because if you do, you're not going to be delivering the maximum impact that your client wants and they need, and then they leave, you end up back in the flywheel of failure. So you need all of these on point. So Instagram growth, gathering inspo, Twitter growth, content editing and repurposing, Threads growth, Snapchat growth, TikTok growth, Instagram growth, and YouTube growth. It's a lot of different things, and you're probably going to need a few different people to handle all these tasks, but you need someone that can do all of these things, and you need enough people so that they can handle no matter how much workload is put on them from a realistic number of models that your agency has now and may have in the future. So you need enough people so that if you sign 5 models, which might be realistic for you, if you sign 5 models tomorrow, they can handle this for all of those models and there's no strain on the back end. Or if there is, there's very little strain, but you're still able to deliver that maximum impact for the models. You have happy client results, they refer more models, you have good results, you make more fucking money. This is what we want. Then we've got admin and other, content organization, bots and automation maintenance, content scraping, and post and mass message scheduling. All things that need to be done. You need to systemize all of these things. Most agencies do posts and mass messages wrong. If you want, you can message me on Instagram. I spoke about this a bit more in my previous video. And if you message me on Instagram, just ask for my free resource on this. I'll give you my SOP on exactly how we do posts and mass messages, which is better than 99% of agencies. So many agencies get that wrong. Chat management, another really important part of the business. 80% of the revenue comes from chat. Model content feedbacking, chat recruitment admin, script writing, chat feedbacking, and chatting quizzes and additional training to make sure your chats are in tip-top shape. We need all of these in place so that no matter how many models join, we can train new chatters for those models. We've got enough chatters so that that model can have chatting team put on their account instantly. She's not waiting a few days after she's left a previous agency, because that just seems unprofessional. You want it so that if a new model joins, you can go, boom, all of this shit settled for them. They've got Instagram growth in place immediately. They've got YouTube growth. They've got TikTok growth, Snapchat growth, Twitter growth, Threads growth started immediately. They've got chatters on their account. The chatters are trained. The chatters are good. You've got scripts written for the model instantly. This is what a model's looking for. They want you to be able to deliver the maximum impact possible without them having to ask for it, without them having to beg for it, but just simply because that's how your agency's set up, because your back end is that strong. And so few agencies are in this position. So few agencies operate at this level that if you do, if you even get close to this level, then you'll instantly win. You'll instantly be able to sign more models, and your models will instantly be happier with the service you provide. 99% of models are unhappy with the service that their agency provide or that their agencies in the past have provided. There's very, very few models that are totally happy and content with the service that the agency is providing. So if you can get all this on point, you're instantly going to be light years ahead of any other agency. So here, another illustration. So there's 3 roads here, and this red shit here is traffic. So we've got the first road. It's slow, it's disorganized. This is what it looks like when you're a model in an agency that has no systems, bad service delivery, and a shit backend. You're stuck in traffic. You're not getting through this point here. And this point here, we'll say this is like the maximum impact delivered. This is the point where they're happy with the service that they're getting. There's traffic. They're constantly waiting for things to get done. They're constantly waiting to have the service that they want, the service that they deserve, and the service that they especially deserve for the percentage that most agencies charge. So what they're going to do, they're going to get the fuck off this road, and they're going to get on this road where it's a bit slower. There's no toll station like on this road. There's just a traffic light. There's a bit less traffic. They've got to wait less for things to be done, but they've still got to wait around a bit. They still don't have everything done for them that they want. What sort of an agency is this? This is an agency with systems in place, but the owner's micromanaging and spinning too many plates. The owner might be doing too much. They might have a chat manager or something so that they can focus more on marketing, but they're still doing too much. It's got a better backend than this agency, but again, the model's still waiting for things. They're still not totally happy with the service they're getting. So what happens when a model is in this road? They're going to go into this road where there's no fucking traffic at all. They're instantly getting that maximum impact delivered without begging, without waiting. They're instantly having everything done for them that they could possibly ask for, while the owner, you, ideally can focus on bringing more models into this road, and you know that no matter how many fucking cars go on this road, they're all going to go straight through and they're all going to have everything done for them that they want as fast as is humanly possible. What sort of agency is this? It's one with systems in place, and it's one where the owner's removed from business operations. It's the sort of agency where you don't have to do any of the back end work, and you know that no matter how many models you put into your agency, no matter how much pressure you put on your back end, the agency will scale them because that's what you built. You built this infrastructure. So which road would you take as a model looking for an agency or deciding if you want to stay or leave your agency? Most agencies, 99% of agencies, are these 2 roads here. Models have to wait for shit. They're not having enough done for them. And when they do ask for something to be done, they've got to wait for ages and it's done to a bad standard. They're going to leave to join an agency like this. And there's plenty out there, although when I say plenty, it's still the 1% of agencies. So few agencies operate at this level. So how do we fix this? How do we bring you from being this slow, disorganized agency where a model joins and you've got to do everything for them, all your time's used up, you can't focus on bringing more models into your agency, to an agency where models come in, you can focus all of your attention on bringing new models in. A new model signs, you know they're going to get scaled because you've got the back-end infrastructure in place. Here's the steps. So agency A, bad back-end infrastructure, and they've got all the problems we've gone through above. And there's so many issues with running an agency like this. You need to get into the position of this agency B here, which has good back-end infrastructure and no limits to scale. So here's how we do it. Create marketing systems, then you've got to hire staff for your marketing department. Create chat management systems, hire staff for chat management. Create admin systems, hire staff for admin work. Create outbound systems, hire staff for outbound department. Create systems for inbound recruitment, hire staff for inbound department. And then you've got to optimize and tweak, optimize and tweak, optimize and tweak, and repeat that. And optimize and tweak your systems constantly, because if you try and create all the marketing systems to run your agency forever, and you try and create all the chat management systems to run your agency forever, there's going to be so many issues, there's going to be so many inefficiencies. One of the main ways to succeed, or one of the most essential skills you need as an entrepreneur to succeed in that OnlyFans management business, is to be adaptable. Social media platforms change all the time. We all know this. That's just an example. Your chatters, they'll have different issues as you go down the line and as you continue management, and you'll realize that your systems, they're inefficient, they need improving, and you'll just have to constantly optimize and tweak them over and over. But when you can spend all of your time on optimizing and tweaking systems, because all of this is outsourced, the marketing, the chat management, the recruitment side of the business, the admin side of the business, you can focus all your time on optimizing and tweaking these systems, and then you can actually improve things. Because when you're doing everything for your models, when you're doing all the marketing, when you're looking after all the chatters, you can't focus on doing anything better. You've just got to focus on keeping everything working, and you don't want to be in that position. You want to be in the position that you're focusing on optimizing everything and doing everything better than any other agency possibly can. So what's the shortcut to do this all faster? You implement our systems. You can message me on Instagram, DM me Scale. We'll go over exactly how you can do this using our systems, and I'll give you any SOP that you want from our agency. I'll give it you for free. I don't give a shit. And yeah, that's the faster way to do this. You can implement our systems, or you can do it all yourself, which is a slow and long process. And it's taken me a fucking long time to get my business running at this level here to a standard where I'm happy with it and we're delivering amazing client results, scaling them fast and scaling them without me needing to be in the back end. Because like I say, I've just got lines of communication to each of these departments, and I just focus on optimizing each of these department systems along with the managers of each of these departments, so that I can focus on the front end, I can focus on bringing more models in, knowing they're going to have a good service delivered, and the agency grows. Like we said earlier, it grows consistently over time. Models don't want to leave because they're getting the best service they could possibly ask for without waiting. This is the position you need to get your agency in. If you want any help with it, DM me Scale on Instagram. Hopefully you learned something new in this video. I've got plenty of other videos coming out soon on how you can do this in more detail, so subscribe. But yeah, hopefully you learned something. That's it.